And that is music from The Time, who will be performing right here about 20 minutes from the studios here at WBUF this Saturday night. I believe showtime is 8 o'clock on the Green in New Haven. It is a free concert. Get there early. Weather's supposed to be nice. And The Time will be in New Haven, Connecticut. Just a stone's throw away from Yale University. Sheila E. was there last year, but a great friend of ours for many, many years, tremendous songwriter, producer, guitarist, drummer, and he is coming to town from Minneapolis. We welcome once again Jellybean Johnson. How you doing, Jellybean?
How you doing, Joe?
How's things up in the Twin Cities?
It's okay. I got at least one of my bike rides in today and stuff. It's a nice, pleasant day. Last week it was so hot, man. It's like 90s, and it's just brutal out there trying to ride a bike outside, man. You know, I usually go to the gym for a little while, but, you know, in the summertime I like to ride outside. So, but it's cool.
Yeah. You got yourself back into great shape the past few years. I mean, you got it. How'd you do it? I know we talked about it, but for people
Joe, I just decided about like 3 or 4 years ago. I had been a fat rock star all my life. I wanted to be a skinny one, so I lost like 100 pounds, and
wow.
And I did it basically by, you know, bike riding like anywhere from an hour and a half to 2 hours a day, and just doing a lot of cardio and trying to eat the right things, you know, mostly seafood and chicken, stuff like that, you know, and just a lot of cardio, man, and it worked out for me and stuff. So now the key is, you know, since I'm 62 years old now, is trying to keep it off.
Right, yeah, right.
But that's the challenge, you know, because I still like to eat. I ain't gonna lie, but I know that, you know, if I do that, I got to blast it with a nice workout. So.
Yeah, you know, I lost 30 pounds and then I had knee surgery a couple months ago, and I put 10 pounds right back on from the 30. So I'm trying to work that 10 back off.
You can get it, man. You can get it, you know, it's just a little bit of rehab and stuff. You know, the whole weight loss thing is just discipline, man. That's the whole thing, just having the discipline to do it. You know, it's just like playing music, you know. You want to get good, you gotta work at it. It's not gonna come to you easy. You have to work at it. So.
That's right. Jellybean Johnson, drummer for The Time, guitarist for many, many bands, and his solo project. He's got a great new record out, Put Some Jelly on it. Recruited a bunch of his friends, or they just wanted to help Jellybean because they love him. Let's talk about Put Some Jelly on it, because I know your great friend Ronnie Baker Brooks is right in the middle of that, and talk about how you guys. I know people have been saying, Jellybean, when are you going to put out a record?
Yeah, you know, it's funny because a lot of my musician friends, they tell me now, get a lead singer, you know, and I had heard that for all these years, and that I should do a record. I mean, even Terry back in the day told me that, but, you know, I don't sing. So that's, you know, I can tell people what to sing, but I don't sing. So it's just great to have something out, and I'm, you know, I have another single coming out in a little while too that Tracy Blake did. You know, Tracy Blake.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah, he's a phenomenal writer, and he's just off the chain. He's in the Purple Experience and stuff. So we got another one coming. This one's going to be more of a funk rock one, more so than Put Some Jelly on it. But it's going to show what I'm about and stuff. And I just want to, you know, try to keep it going until I get enough to put a whole, you know, CD out. We got to go fund me and stuff. We're still begging for money because, you know, Joe, it costs money to do these things. But
yeah.
We just trying. I got another secret thing coming up. I can't talk about it right now, but if I can pull it off, it's going to be really cool, and I think people are really going to like it. So, yeah.
So you got your brother Ronnie Baker Brooks singing lead on there and playing guitar with you. And where'd you record the record?
We recorded here up in Uptown, man. I forgot the name of the studio. They're going to be mad at me that I did, but yeah, we just went in and I got a bunch of my friends, Michael Bland, Ronnie, Tracy was in there. Okay. Chance Howard. That's right. You know. Just a bunch of guys, man. And then Ronnie took it after we cut the basics here. Ronnie took it to Chicago, and we got I don't know if you, Joe, you are a historian. You remember Tom Washington? He used to write the horns for Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Right, yeah.
Ronnie took it to him, man, and he took 6 horn players and put the horns on there, man, and just really opened the whole thing up with them Chicago horns, with the Minneapolis funk and the Chicago horns. And I'm still overjoyed about it, even though it's a year old now. Every time I hear it, I can't believe we did that.
Yeah. I mean, it's amazing, and the you know, I'm right into that Chicago Minneapolis funk blended together. And you're from Chicago originally.
And I was born in Chicago, so it was just right up my alley. And you know, I did Ronnie's first 3 records, man. So it's just great. He's he's like my little baby brother, man. So
that's right.
Which is perfect. Yeah.
And the video's outstanding as well. Marty produced it, directed it. Yeah.
Yeah, she, her and Jerome, they're like brother and sister, so she talked Jerome into doing it. So, and Jerome's perfect for comic relief around here, man.
Oh yeah,
he is.
And Popeye, your great buddy, Popeye Greer.
And Popeye, yeah, James Popeye Greer is my other manager. Him and Marty manage me, so these are childhood, these are Pop and Jerome childhood friends, man. So
yeah,
it worked out.
Jellybean Johnson is with us. He's a busy guy today. He's got another interview coming up on top of the hour, so we're going to continue along with the interview. But we got to get into the music. Put some jelly on it from Jellybean Johnson. And where can people cop the new record?
They can CD Baby and all the various outlets and stuff on online and stuff like that. That's where it is. It's not really. I want to say it's in the store. It's not. So you basically have to get it like on CD Baby and places like that. And I can't think of all of them off the line.
Right.
Off the top of my mind. But that's that's where most people got it from.
Yeah. Just type it in Jellybean Johnson.
Just type in Jellybean Johnson. Just jelly on it, and they will show you. Yeah.
And we got to give big props to Brooke Calder for the choreography on that. We know Brooke for a long time.
Oh yeah. I love her. I love Brooke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, this is Jellybean Johnson. Put some jelly on it, and we'll come back and speak more with Jellybean. All right, that is the new single. Well, the first single from Jellybean Johnson, who's my special guest right now, and the second single slated to be released. What's the title of the second single?
I think it's called Shine, or My Time to Shine. I might be saying it wrong. Tracy might kill me, but tentatively that's the name of it. So we'll see. Yeah.
Right. So you're excited.
I'm excited about it. It's more, it's more kind of like my Black Cat side. It's more my hard rock side, and it's funky. So we'll see what happens. At this age, I can kind of do what I want. Because I done put all kind of different genres out there. People heard me play the blues, they heard me play hard rock, and now the funk and all that. So I'm gonna try to put a little everything who Jellybean Johnson is out there, and I just want to do that, man. For me. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So you come from, of course, a powerhouse band like The Time in the Minneapolis scene with Prince and all the folks out there. When you're working on your solo project, do people greet you with open arms for the most part?
Well, for the most part, they do. There's some kind of drawback because they want you always gonna have the little things about being trying to leave. No, I'm not. This is home base.
Right.
But I just want to have something for my legacy. When they finally put me in the ground, this is my body of work. So that's what this solo stuff about. It's hard being solo. Mm-hmm. I've been a sideman all my life, Joe.
Right.
So that's the thing. So, and at the same time, I know it's hard when you're in charge because I've seen that side too. So
right.
So anyway, I'm trying to find a good middle ground and just try to keep working. That's all I'm doing.
I remember your buddy Ronnie Baker Brooks was doing a show here in Connecticut, and before the show, I think he had to spend this was years ago, 30 to 45 minutes talking with one of the band members because try to settle them down, and there were some complaints, and it's like, wow, you got to go. You just can't get up there and play. You got to deal with the
you got to deal with all the relationships and stuff. It's hard, man. It's kind of like producing. And people ask me about producing. I say, producing's great, but you got to you got all these different hats. First of all, you got to convince this person that's got this talent that you are telling them the right thing to do, and that's hard right there. And then you got to try to get the best performances out of them. And then and don't let them have something bad going on in their life because that's going to affect the performance, which means you ain't going to get what you want. So then there's a problem, So it's hard, man. It's hard to do that stuff. But I'm glad I've been through it, and I kind of know, kind of navigate through the various things. But it's not easy.
And of course, The Time. We all know the background with The Time, but has gone through so many different ups and downs. And I wanted to talk about Condensate because such a great record, which you guys, the original guys, all got back together and was set to really push it, and all of a sudden the brakes were put on it. And how disappointing is that for you?
I've said that in other interviews, man. It really broke my heart. Now the other guys won't talk about it, but it was a big letdown for me.
Right.
First of all, just the fact that we had to name ourselves the Original Seven in the first place.
Yeah.
Because of Prince, and that's the thing. I mean, I love Prince. God bless him. He made me famous, but that I just totally disagreed with him on that whole situation, but it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's the other thing. It's funny you mentioned that too, Joe. I was driving around there. I was just thinking about, I heard one of the original Time songs, and I was just thinking, that band we never really toured as a headliner ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
We never did, and that is so disappointing. That original band those are some legendary cats in that band, and the public only got to see 2 quick years of them, right. Before it was all different. It was all
mm-hmm.
different. Sure, we got back together, but then, all the dynamics that was in the band, you just could not ever keep us together, long enough. And I heard people say, some of the Prince people was, oh, well, he spells bitter and all that. Yes, I am. I could be that.
Yeah, sure.
It was my life. It was my life.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah. Well, I still call you the Time, Love Morris and everything, but I still make it a point. It's not the original 7. I just say the Time.
It's the Time. The original 7 is the Time, but it's unfortunately, it's called original 7, but it's the Time. Anybody that knows us know who it is.
Right. Even the current day band, I still call it the Time because you guys are powerhouses in your own right.
Yeah. Well, that like Tori and Freeze have been here 25, 30. Freeze go back with Morris almost 40 years because he was in his solo band.
That's right.
So so Tori and Freeze especially have been with around Morris a lot of years and that. So, and don't get me wrong, I love the Morris Day and the Time version. We have some great, fantastic players in there, and mm-hmm. That's the band that has kept this going. So I'm gonna have the respect for them because that's what they joined me, Monty, and Morris, and they've been with us, for the most part. Yeah. So.
Jellybean Johnson with us. He's coming to town with the Time. Morris Day front the band, of course, and that is going to be in New Haven Green, here in Connecticut. 8:00 start. People get there early, bringing the picnic chairs and stuff like that. Have you heard anything about that venue? It's a big park there.
Yes, one of my friends from out east told me that it's a big park because I didn't know what it was. And she asked me, and I didn't know what it was. She said, "Yeah, it's a big park." So now we just played in Kannapolis, North Carolina, man, on Saturday, and I almost died. It was 95 degrees, Joe.
Oh wow!
And we played at 8:30 at night, and it was still a good 80, whatever. By the time I lost at least 10 pounds. By the time we got done, by the time we were done with the 90 minutes, man, I was done.
Right.
But it was great. I mean, they loved it, but it was hopefully it'll be a little cooler in Connecticut.
Yeah, I looked yesterday. It said 86 and sunny, so probably by showtime 75.
Maybe by showtime, if we can get it down around like 75 or something.
Yeah, right. Then you'd be all set.
Yeah, we'll be good, but that's wishful thinking. But we'll see.
Yeah, Sheila played there last year. I didn't see it, but I saw some videos of it.
Oh yeah.
So, hey, listen, we want to get into a song that you wrote, always one of my favorite, and you wrote it for Alexander O'Neill.
Okay.
Criticize and writing the song and working with Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis. How do you get a song that you wrote into an album that they have produced?
Well, at that time, I was a staff producer on there, with Flight Time, and so they always wanted me to do at least 1 or 2 songs on their projects. And so I was honored to do that, especially having left Prince's organization. So right. I was looking to get more into producing and stuff, even though Prince knew I was into that too. But, he that wasn't going to happen at his joint. So Terry and Jimmy gave me an opportunity, man. And it helped that Alex was in the band. It was in Flight Time when it was a band. Mm-hmm. So we kind of knew, what to do, what fit him and stuff. And so I would always, I knew they was going to come with that signature Flight Time stuff, but I always tried to put some rock guitar and different stuff behind him, Right. I did the solo on Innocent, and then and Criticized. There's a whole guitar army that kind of mixed down in there, but it's there,
Right.
I've actually heard people remix it with the guitar army up and stuff. So, and Alex is good, he was great for that kind of stuff. I ended up doing another song on him on the All True Man album called Used, where I rocked him out even more too on that too.
Right.
So
a lot of versatility with Jellybean Johnson. Besides playing the funky drums, killer guitarist, and you add some vocals to your records.
Yeah, I can holler. I can't sing. I can holler.
I heard.
I can chant and stuff.
So this is Alexander O'Neill, Criticize, and you got time for another segment?
Yeah, we can do one more.
Okay,
absolutely.
All right. Thank you.
All right.
This is Jellybean Johnson, written, produced, criticized, Alexander O'Neill. All right, that is a Jellybean Johnson written and produced song, criticized Alexander O'Neill, and Jellybean Johnson is our special guest. He's coming to town with the time this Saturday night, New Haven Green, downtown New Haven, right near the Yale campus and the legendary Toad's Place. I don't know if you've heard of the Toad's Place nightclub.
No,
Yeah, that's kind of like a spot where the Rolling Stones and Bob Dylan did rehearsals, surprise concerts before the tour, and it's got a lot of history to it. Yeah. So,
wow, I might have to check that out while I'm there afterwards.
Yeah, I'm not guaranteeing there's anybody playing good that night, but you know, still.
Well, you know, we always, Philly, me and Tori, we always looking for a watering hole after.
yeah, one wine, right? Yeah.
Especially if the bar is lame at the hotel, we always looking to go someplace.
Yeah, you guys hit the spot. You've been down to the New York, what's the place? Bitter End, right?
Oh yeah, the Bitter End. Yeah, I got a friend that his name is Law, L-A-W.
Okay.
Know, and he lives in New York, and I go down there see him. Papa, what's his name?
Gaiocious, Days of Wild.
Papa Gaiocious, I love him too, man.
Those guys are great.
Yeah, I've seen them both in the Bitter End, man. They off the chain.
You know what's funny about? I mean, he's a great guy, Gaiocious, and he's got like three. Well, you would know because you're a drummer, but he's got like three pieces to his drum kit, and he's carrying a conversation on throughout the whole concert. You know.
I know. He's talking. It's hilarious to watch, man. But he's good at it, man.
Oh yeah. And he played with Sly Stone, right?
Yeah, he played with Sly. Papa's something else, man. He always showed me love. I always try to show love back to him.
Yeah.
He's a very unique guy, man.
Yep. So Jellybean's solo work, Put Some Jelly on It, and the upcoming single written with Tracy Blake, who's out of Minneapolis as well. So we were talking about the time, of course, with Prince, and the first time I saw you guys in concert was the so-called Triple Threat Tour with Band 86 and the time and Prince.
Yeah.
You know, Prince is passing a little over 3 years ago, and you guys grew up with the guy, worked with the guy, and everything. Total shock for most of you guys.
Man. It's still hard for us to comprehend today. And I tell you, Joe, it's the hardest thing and for me personally, because I'm out at Paisley, even when I'm not with the time, we go out there and it's just emptiness that you feel, even though it's all kind of stuff going on, and they got the Elvis people got it as a museum, and there's all kind of stuff going on. And I play out there with F Deluxe and St. Paul and the All Stars and all that, but every time I'm there, it's just a certain amount of emptiness that I feel, because I used to be out there. I remember jamming with that dude till the wee hours in the morning out there.
Right.
So so it's a hole there, but we're moving on, and hopefully we can get through this. But it's been tough, man. It's tough on all of us, man, especially the original guys.
Yeah. I mean, you never imagine Prince would check out like that.
No, not like that.
Yeah.
I'll never forget. I got the call, and Morris's brother called me. He says, "Well, somebody died at Paisley," and I said, "What?" He said, "But it wasn't Prince." That's what he said to me, right?
Right.
So then I'm already just shocked that something happened out there like that in the first place. And then when the next hour he calls and said, "Bean, it was him," and I'm like, okay. So I was pretty much done for that that day. I was just devastated, man. So,
right. But you guys put a nice little tribute in the beginning of the concert, and
we still show him love in our shows, man. We know, because hey, Joe, we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for him. Yeah, that's bottom line.
True. Yeah. And you guys actually hung out with him and played at Paisley Park not too far before he passed away, right?
Well, yeah, but that April, he came out and he had us come out there, stuff. He played and everything. He wouldn't come up on stage, which I think he didn't want us to see him the way he was looking. That's what I personally think. I don't know if that's the case. And this was back when me and Morris was doing the switch. I would go out front and play the guitar, and Morris was playing the drums.
Right.
And so Morris hung out with him about 2 hours afterward. He told me, he said, man, it took all his willpower not to come up on stage when he saw me and Morris had made the switch and Morris was on the drums, because, that's what him and Morris were. That's what they used to do.
Right.
And I personally, after I was standing there playing Black Cat and screaming for a while, and then I'm expecting him to show up at any time, and he didn't show up. So
right.
Yeah.
So you guys recorded a record, never got released, right?
Yeah, it's when Prince it's a whole bunch of time songs. Terry and Jimmy have a whole bunch of time songs too. I can't guarantee you they might end up as a Morris Day solo record or whatever, but it's a ton of time stuff floating around, Joe.
Yeah.
Which is frustrating for me too, but that's another story.
That's right.
So you do not be surprised if you hear. A matter of fact, I guess Terry and Jimmy are putting out a record anyway right now that's coming out pretty soon.
Oh, really?
Jam and Lewis Presents, the kind of thing where they got a bunch of various artists. Yeah. So I'm sure you'll hear about that. So.
Right. And Jellybean Johnson working on the new record and coming into town. You guys have been pretty busy. Where have you played in the last couple months?
We was just in North Carolina last week. We'll be in we were to Japan. We was in Japan. Yeah.
How did that get hooked up?
I don't know how I got hooked up, man, but it was great to do. It was a lot of work. The Japanese people showed me a lot of love, and I'm glad we went. It was like 3 nights in Tokyo and 2 nights in Osaka.
Right.
And then we came right home, and within a couple of days we played Detroit.
Oh, okay.
And then so we've been rolling for a bit. We're getting ready. After I said next Wednesday, after Indiana, we're going to be off for like 2.5 weeks. So I'm kind of looking forward to that, and calm down and try to get into some other stuff around here.
Yeah.
And then be right back at it. Then I think we're in San Antonio. I know we're going to Football Hall of Fame, Canton, Ohio. We're going there. So we got stuff coming up. Yeah.
Now, I've been catching some of the Sinbad Summer Jams going back when you guys played. I think you played the 5th one, right?
Yeah. That was a lot of fun.
And, all the other ones, the acts got like 3 songs, but they let you guys play about 5 or 6 songs. So
it was crazy. I mean, you know what I remember about that, Joe, is Halle Berry coming on stage. This is when she was married to Eric Benet.
Right.
And you remember Jerome messing with her.
Yeah,
Jerome
right.
Messing with her.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
So the the tour, you guys tour once in a while with one-off dates with different bands from the era. You guys are as solid as as when you were in your prime, the band back then. But you see some of the bands that maybe are not some in the prime, and is a lot of reminiscence still going on? Yeah,
it is. It is. We end up sometime with Kool and the Gang or with Sheila, Cameo, or Lakeside. Well, it's 2 Lakesides now. So
that's right. Yeah,
we've been out with both. We've been out with both of them.
Right.
So it's kind of different. Ohio players. But Joe, I grew up with all that stuff, so I have, and when they see me, they show a lot of love. So I love the respect that they show me, because I have been at this for a while, but I'm still a fan, At the end of the day, I'm still a fan of their bands too, So. How
about Zap? Have you played with them recently?
We played with Zap. Yeah. Oh man, a couple months ago. That's another heartbreaking thing for me too, because
that's right.
Roger was always showed me a lot of love, man, and me and his brother Lester are, we tight. Mm-hmm. He always shows me a lot of love, man. But it's just hard to watch them without him.
Right.
It's just hard. I mean, and don't get me wrong, they are killing. They still funky as ever. Zap is still out front doing this thing, and they, that was like a big, they had a big. It's crazy when they play, it's like a circus on it.
Oh, yeah.
But it's funky, So. Yeah. But it's just that, it's like with Prince, it's that still that one hole there that he's not there. And they acknowledge it doing concerts and stuff.
Oh,
okay,
they do.
Yeah.
Now, the Minneapolis scene, you're one who's been at it for so long with your own projects and the time and touring, playing with Ronnie Baker Brooks, but you still go out to the local scene and you play. You're up on stage grinding and stuff like that.
Yeah. Marty hates that. But she gets on me like tonight. There's a blues jam here. I call it my blues spot. It's called Shaw's, and I'll be in there playing some Jimmy. I'll be in there playing Hendrix, man, every Monday night, man. And
okay.
And then I have my Tuesday night gig here that I had for 20 years. I'm playing here now with a local legend. His name is Willie Walker.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And me and him play every Tuesday night from 9 to midnight there. And then
he's a blues guy, right?
He's a blues guy.
Yeah,
you should Google him, man. He actually, you should have him on your show, man. He is a living legend.
I think I had one of his old records. Yeah.
Yeah, he's 70 years old, still going strong, man, and can croon. I'm telling you, it's scary. Yeah. And then on Wednesday nights, I'm back at Shaw's. I'll be down there playing like some All Along the Watchtower, or some Rolling Stones, or some with the bands that's there. So, yeah. I just try to keep my chops up, Joe. That's all I can do.
And then Thursday night, you're usually packing for the weekend shows with the time, right?
Yeah, I'm usually Thursday nights. I'm usually thinking about getting on the plane on Friday morning.
Right.
Sometimes I leave here at 3 or 4 a.m., which is not good, but
yeah.
And I signed up, Joe.
That's it. You're still.
I signed up.
Yeah. And like you said, what else would you do, right?
Exactly.
I think
especially at this point.
Yeah, I think Prince even said the same thing when he was looking for a job. He's like, I couldn't find anything I wanted to do or be suited for him. So yeah.
Yeah, once this gets in your blood, you're hooked, man. You know, right. But it's up to you to keep it as a thing where you can make a living at it. It's not easy. Mm-hmm. It's not an easy hustle, but if you hooked and you committed, you can do it. That's what I tell these youngsters all the time. Some of these youngsters, they're so used to stuff that's being handed to them. I don't know. I never had that.
Yeah, that's right.
I had to work for every little thing I could get. And people still think I'm rich. I'm not. Trust me.
I think Michael Bland said the same thing. He's like, when it's going good, you're all right. When it's lean, it's some tough times.
It's some tough times, man. And Michael, if anybody knows, Bland's a national act too.
Right, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So everybody, please come out to New Haven Saturday night, 8 o'clock. You're in store for just a tremendous show, funk and roll, Minneapolis style. They've been at it since 1980, right?
Yeah, 1981.
1981. Wow.
Get it up. Yeah,
that's right. Yeah, the band promises to throw down funk and roll style. Great. Everybody's, the time comes out there dressed to play, not slacking. They're out there with, the best.
Yeah, we try to be clean. We be clean.
That's right. No doubt. So, hey, Jellybean, I want to thank you for coming by the show once again.
Oh, yeah. Oh, much love, Joe. I love you.
I love you too. So we will see you Saturday night, and we're going to go out with a song which everybody marvels on how you play this one, 777-9311. And is it still as tough as when you first Prince said, okay, this is the track?
Yeah. This is the track. This is what you got to do, Dean. And me, him, and Moore sat down, and we figured it out, and I've been playing it for 40 years now. Wow. Drummers still be talking, Bean, it just comes out. I've been doing this so long, it's just second nature, but it is not an easy beat to play, especially at 62 years old.
Right, yeah. You still got a lot of grooves left in you, so.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Joe.
Thanks, Jellybean.
All right, thank you, Joe. Much love to y'all.